and I did have to go to the stores, I forgot what the name is, where, it was past the size 12 or 14. You had to get the fatter clothes. When I graduated from college, in fact, I had one of the most embarrassing moments of my life. And I went to a wedding, my girlfriend's wedding, and I had to buy a maternity dress to wear to the wedding because I just didn't know about a fat store at that point. And that was really a very big low point for me in my life. And anyway, after I graduated from college and went back home and went on more fasting things, I had to move away from my family. So I came up to the San Francisco Bay Area on my own. And I did like an S program, and I started to, look at myself and take responsibility for my actions. And somewhere along the line, and I really don't remember, I got a hold of a little red book called Thin Within by Judy Wardell. And I was just at my rope's end. I had already been to a hypnotist. I had been to a sports psychologist who was trying to help me with my weight. I was doing diaries. And all my thoughts were just so obsessed with food and eating. It dictated and ruled my whole life. And when I ran across this little book, I just thought, what the heck? Nothing has worked. I'll give this a shot. So I went to the classes, and the Thin Within classes, one thing I really liked about them were they were experiential. It wasn't just a lecture. They actually had me try out the things and then take it home and try on the principles at home, and so that they did start to become a part of me and a way of life. And I liked that. It wasn't just, here's a book, here's a lecture, we're going to weigh you in, whatever. Here are your meals that you're supposed to eat. It was nothing like that. So I like that. Basically, the Thin Within philosophy is this. They told me to eat what I hummed for, that there are no bad foods. Well, this is a very big issue, because my whole life there were bad foods, and I felt guilty if I ate any of these foods. So to just all of a sudden say, I could have a hot fudge sundae whenever I want to, was very liberating, and also at the same time hard for me to really believe and practice that. But I just thought, what the heck? I have nothing to lose. Everything else has failed. I'm going to go try this. So the other thing that they told me was to eat what I hummed for, but then stop when I was full. And we would practice in class, and then at home trying to figure out exactly, on a scale from 1 to 10, how full am I? So we would take time eating something that in the past I would scarf down and eat as much of as I could, knowing I was going to start a diet probably the next day. This time it was like, well, I'm allowed to have this and I can eat as much as I want. So then I was able to be with the food, be in the moment with the food, enjoy the food, make sure I enjoyed the food, make sure it was really good hot fudge and not just waste it, and determine if I was full. And it was at that time, I think, that I adopted the philosophy that it was better in that garbage can than in this garbage can, and that it really didn't make sense to clean your plate. And what difference does it make if you throw it away, take it home, give it away, just so you're not eating too much of it? And so I really allowed myself at that point to stop when I was full. Faith has been a big part of my Thin Within life, in that in the beginning especially, where I had to really let go of such strong, entrenched dieting rules and regulations and principles that were very detrimental to me being successful in life if I wanted to become a thin person. I had to totally trust and have faith, and really the only way for me to do that was just give all that old stuff up to God and just have Him just let me know that this is going to be okay, and I'll be okay if I can just hold on and have trust, and that these principles will get me where I want to go. So that was a big thing for me. And I've had a relationship where I've had to talk with God throughout, especially in the beginning, just to say, I'm going to be okay, I can get through the hunger, I'm going to be, just that I'm going to be okay. And I think that that helped me quite a bit, just to be able to let go and have the trust, because that's really what this program is about, is totally trusting in yourself and having faith that you can do this. And this is the way, if you look at a thin person, this is the way thin people live.